Hi everybody and welcome back to the Girly Girl Bookworm. Bella doesn't actually want to be in the video, so she's going to go away.
Bye, Bella.
Hi Bella. So as you can see, I got Patrick in another video. Gotta go this way. We are going to start off by doing the giveaway winners, and then we will transition into our thoughts on the Scorch trials and the Martian movies. So what we just decided to do for the giveaway winners was I looked and I wrote down everybody that entered for each book and then put a number next to their name. And I also went back and make sure that everybody was a subscriber. And Patrick got together a hat and it's got numbers in it, so the number will correlate to the winner's name. So if I call your name, you have at least 24 hours to find a way to message me. You can message me on Goodreads. You can message me here with your address. And if you don't answer me within 24 hours, then I will have to pick another winner. So, yes. You're going to pick?
Ready?
Yep. This one is for the Frozen book. So, this book by Melissa De La Cruz. And the number is 3. So, number 3 is J. Clark. So if that is your username, you should message me with your address and I will send it off to you. You'll probably also have to tell me your real name so that way it has a little name to send address and stuff. So the second drawing is for The Truth About the Harry Quebert. This book always does this to me. The Truth About the Harry Quebert Affair by Joel Dicker, which I love. So we added a number 6 in there. So we will see who the winner is. Number 1. And that is Nicole and Chris 2002. So if that is your username, please let me know again with your address and I will gladly ship them to you. So on to the movie reviews. We're going to start with the Scorch Trials because we saw that first. We actually saw that a couple weeks ago. I thought it would be really fun because I've read the book and saw the movie, and he has not read the book and saw the movie. So do you want to start because you haven't read the book?
Sure. I thought it was overall a very entertaining movie, and just a lot of fun, a lot of adventure, always kind of moving, always kind of keeping you on edge. So therefore, if you enjoy movies like that are always kind of continuously keeping you on edge and keeping you excited and keeping you a little bit nervous for what's going to happen next, definitely a great movie to go and see. Yeah, that's what I have to say about it. So.
Now for me, it was a little bit of a different experience just because I've read the book, and to be honest, they didn't really stick to the book 100%. They kind of included things that weren't in the book, and then they kind of changed the way events happened. But I read the book back when Hunger Games was first starting to come out. So back in, I want to say, when did the first movie come out?
First movie came out last year because we saw it together.
No, that was Mockingjay.
Oh, the Hunger Games ones.
2011.
11 or 12.
Yeah, 2012, I think. That's when I read it. So I totally kind of forgot what happened in the book. So I was kind of going along for the ride with him because of the fact that I didn't know what was going on, and I couldn't remember if this was in the book or wasn't in the book. So I was excited. It was still a really good movie. I just didn't like how they changed it. They left lots of things out, and they just, I don't know, I just feel like it changed the feeling a little bit, but it was kind of good because I also didn't know what to expect. There was this one point where I was literally freaking out, and I was like, my heart can't handle this right now because it was so intense the whole movie. And he goes through, he's like, do you know what's going to happen? And I was like, I don't know. So it was kind of I got to kind of relive it over again / still not knowing what was happening, which I thought was kind of interesting. So that was our take versus book versus non-book. And you kind of have an interest in possibly reading them in the future, I feel like.
Because it takes me a lot longer to read books, and I got a long list. Being with her, I hear about books all the time, so I got a huge long list of things that I might find interesting, but it takes me a month to get through a book, so we'll see how that goes. But definitely on my to-be-read list, probably within a year.
2 years,
But the whole series, we'll see if we get there. But
yeah. And it'll be interesting, especially with Death Cure probably coming out next year, too. So,
especially since I just started Percy Jackson, so that'll probably take me a while to get through that series.
Right, because I wasn't sure if you were going to read the whole series or just
take a break in the middle with something else. But gotta get through that first before I start another series, probably.
Yeah. So the second movie we went to go see was The Martian, and that was another book that I had to read before I saw it. So, and he obviously didn't read the book yet. So, do you want me to go first this time?
Sure. Then I could add on the other perspective.
Okay. So, I read The Martian, and if you've seen my last review, you know I wasn't 100% crazy about the book. The science kind of went right over my head, and it was just dull and boring. And I said to myself as I was reading it, this is going to be such a better movie than it is book form for me anyways. And I loved the movie. And for me, like I've been telling people, I love the movie more than I love the book, which is very rare for me to ever say. Usually I have a problem with it. It's either I like them the same amount or like I hate the movie compared to the book. So like for me to actually say the movie is better than the book, I feel like says a lot. I just felt like you could definitely see the characters more, and like the fact that that was the one thing I really liked about the book, the fact that it carried into the movie, saying that like the characters were just as good as they were in the book, and just like being able to see it happen and take place. Like I was even still nervous because you know how like movies will take on like their own liberties of changing things. So like I was still like on edge, like praying they didn't change anything because I was like scared that something bad was going to happen when like to be different than the book. But overall, I really, really liked the movie better than the book.
Yeah, and just this perspective of not having read it, another movie that's just entertaining the whole way through, where I feel like from what she's told me about the book isn't necessarily the case because it takes a lot of time to stop and explain the science, whereas it just kind of it shows you the science and you can kind of move on quickly from that and believe it and just be like, okay,
it just kind of is
right. And I mean the characters like on point, like Matt Damon, absolutely perfect role for him because it was very much kind of the same sort of joke delivery that he was able to use in Good Will Hunting way back when he was starting out, and a part that was written for him, and the same sort of delivery, same sort of jokes that he made throughout the movie here. Kind of a very serious movie, but one-liners here and there that kind of show that he's a funny character on top of it, and everything that's going on. Give that comedic relief is kind of important to the audience too, because otherwise it would be just as stressful. Well, yeah. Not just as stressful.
It would be extremely stressful.
But the jokes along the way kind of help you to break and mentally take a, oh yeah, this is a movie and we're laughing at it.
Which to go back though, like Scorch Trials does the same thing.
Yeah, it did.
Like Maze Runner and Scorch Trials, they have those like one-liners that just like take from the intensity and make you relax for like 2 seconds before they bring you right back.
Give you a chance to giggle a little bit of that nervous energy out and move on.
Yeah. So I would say that we both recommend both of those movies. Would you recommend both?
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
I would definitely recommend both, even though it was totally different from the book. Like, if you just read the book, I probably would wait a little bit so you kind of forget what happens.
And even with Scorch Trials, like, for those of you who have read the books, know it's a very, very different kind of feel to the series after you move on from one book to the next or one movie to the next. Like, it's a whole nother, almost, like, not so much standalone. I don't think you can watch it without understanding what happened first, but whole different kind of theme to it, whole different kind of like.
It's way more intense than the first one.
It's like a whole nother level of movie. So.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So congratulations to the winners. Make sure you get back to me, and I hope you guys enjoyed our thoughts. And we will see you again soon. Well, I'll see you again soon. I don't know when.